morning, everyone.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Welcome to Saturday Storytime Live. I'm really enjoying this. I look forward to it every week. We have a great day going on.
Yeah, we do.
But let's get right to the story. This one is a little longer than it usually is. It was recommended by the grandson of our good friend, Phil Prichard. We didn't want to say no. It's a book that I used to do in creative drama classes. And if you want to show it to everyone, it's Lon Po Po by Ed Young. And this is a story out of China, their version, or a version, of Little Red Riding Hood. So here we go.
Here we go. Lon Po Po. And I just have to read this because I love it so much. The dedication says, "To all the wolves of the world for lending their good name as a tangible symbol for our darkness." And this lovely illustration here. Once, long ago, there was a woman who lived alone in the country with her 3 children, Shang, Dao, and Pauja.
You've been rehearsing that all week.
I know, and then it just went out of my head. On the day of their grandmother's birthday, the good mother set off to see her, leaving the 3 children at home. Before she left, she said,
"Be good while I am away, my heart-loving children. I will not return tonight. Remember to close the door tight at sunset and latch it well."
And there she goes. But an old wolf lived nearby and saw the good mother leave. At dusk, disguised as an old woman, he came up to the house of the children and knocked on the door twice. Shang, who was the eldest, said through the latched door,
"Who is it?" "My little jewels, this is your grandmother, your Po Po." "Po Po, our mother has gone to visit you."
It's hard to get it right in the frame. The wolf acted surprised.
"To visit me? I have not met her along the way. She must have taken a different route. Po Po, how is it that you come so late? The journey is long, my children, and the day is short."
Whoops, there we go. I think you can see now. Shang listened through the door.
"Po Po, why is your voice so low? Your grandmother has caught a cold, grandchildren, and it is dark and windy out there. Quickly open up and let your Po Po come in."
The cunning wolf said. Dao and Poja could not wait. One unlatched the door and the other opened it. They shouted,
"Po Po, Po Po, come in."
At the moment he entered the door, the wolf blew out the candle.
"Po Po, why did you blow out the candle? The room is now dark."
The wolf did not answer. Dao and Pauja rushed to their Po Po and wished to be hugged. The old wolf held Dao.
"Good child, you are so plump. Good child, you have grown so sweet."
Soon the old wolf pretended to be sleepy. He yawned.
"All the chicks are in the coop. Po Po is sleepy too."
Then, oops, sorry, I lost my place. When he climbed into the big bed, Pauja climbed in one end with the wolf, and Shang and Dao climbed in at the other end. But when Shang stretched, she touched the wolf's tail.
"Po Po, Po Po, your foot has a bush in it." Po Po has brought hemp strings to weave you a basket.
Shang touched Grandmother's sharp claws.
Po Po, Po Po, your hand has thorns in it. Po Po has brought an awl to make shoes for you.
At once, Shang lit the light and the wolf blew it out again. But Shang had seen the wolf's hairy face. He's not tricking them.
Po Po, Po Po,
She said, for she was not only the eldest, she was the most clever.
you must be hungry. Have you eaten ginkgo nuts? What is ginkgo? Ginkgo is soft and tender like the skin of a baby. One taste and you will live forever. And the nuts grow on the top of the tree just outside the door.
The wolf gave a sigh.
Oh dear, Po Po is old. Her bones have become brittle. No longer can she climb trees. Good Po Po, we can pick you for the nuts.
Shang said, and the wolf was delighted. Shang jumped out of bed, and Dao and Pauja came with her to the ginkgo tree. There, Shang told her sisters about the wolf, and they all three climbed up the tree. The wolf waited and waited. Plump Dao did not come back. Sweet Pauja did not come back. Shang did not come back. And no one brought any nuts from the ginkgo tree. At last the wolf shouted,
Where are you, children? Po Po,
Shang called out.
we are on the top of the tree getting ginkgo nuts. Good, children.
The wolf begged.
Pluck some for me. But Po Po, ginkgo is magic only when it is plucked directly from the tree. You must come and pluck it from the tree yourself.
There they are. Whoops, up in the top of the tree. The wolf came outside and paced back and forth under the tree where he heard the three children eating the ginkgo nuts at the top.
Oh, Po Po, oh, these nuts are so tasty. The skin so tender.
Shang said. The wolf's mouth began to water for a taste. Finally, Shang, the eldest and the most clever child, said,
Po Po, Po Po, I have a plan. At the door there is a big basket. Behind it is a rope. Tie the rope to the basket, sit in the basket, and throw the other end to me. I can pull you up.
There's the wolf. The wolf was overjoyed and fetched the basket and the rope, then threw one end of the rope to the top of the tree. Shang caught the rope and began to pull the basket up and up. Halfway, she let go of the rope, and the basket and the wolf fell to the ground.
Oh, I am so small and weak. Oh, I could not hold the rope alone. This time I will help.
Dao said.
Let us do it again.
The wolf had only one thought in his mind, to taste a ginkgo nut. He climbed into the basket again. Now Shang and Dao pulled the rope and the basket together, higher and higher. Again, they let it go, and again the wolf tumbled down, 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 and bumped his head. The wolf was furious. He growled and cursed.
We could not hold the rope, Po Po.
Shang said.
But only one ginkgo nut, and you will be well again. I shall give a hand to my sisters this time.
Pauja, the youngest, said.
This time we shall not fail.
Now, the children pulled the rope with all their strength, and as they pulled, they sang,
Hey ho, hey ho.
And the basket rose straight up, higher than the first time, higher than the second time, higher and higher and higher until it nearly reached the top of the tree. When the wolf reached out, he could almost touch the highest branch. But at that moment, Shane coughed, and they all let go of the rope, and the basket fell down and down and down. Not only did the wolf bump his head, but he broke his heart to pieces.
Po Po.
Shane shouted, but there was no answer.
Po Po.
Dow shouted, but there was no answer.
Po Po.
Powja shouted. There was still no answer. The children climbed to the branches just above the wolf and saw that he was truly dead. Then they climbed down, went into the house, closed the door, locked the door with the latch, and fell peacefully asleep. On the next day, their mother returned with baskets of food for them from their real Po Po, and the three sisters told her the story of the Po Po who had come. And that is the end of the story.
Well, that is beautifully told. It is beautifully painted. It was always a lot of fun with my students to act that out. A little different. It reminds me of Three Little Pigs meets Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, me
You know,
too.
with the get them up in the chimney, up in the high place, and fool them, and all work together, teamwork. It took all three of them, which is very important. So we have an exciting day.
Yeah.
I already made a promotional video for Stage 32, the creative networking site. Creatives out there, you should really hook up with Stage 32. I'm part of the I Am Stage 32 campaign. This afternoon, we're going on a bit of an autumn date.
Gonna go pick some sunflowers.
And hopefully blueberries, too.
Maybe some
Which will be good. And then today at 4:30, old Angus McGregor, the pirate, it's Talk Like a Pirate Day, folks. So he's going to teach you how to talk like a Scottish pirate. So you'll hear some lingo of the pirates and also some expression from Angus's home in the Highlands. So thanks for joining us today. Hi, Phil. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hi, Angelina. We got two thumbs up from Angelina. Thank you. That's always great. Everyone have a great day. It's autumn. I'm so excited. Bye.
Bye, guys.